Contrast uncut, yeah, you know that's us. Where we only speak the real and the real rock with us. Where we motivate the people and politic on success. Oh no, we ain't DJ Khaled, but they swearing we the best. Contrast uncut, contrast uncut, contrast uncut, contrast uncut.
What's happening? It's Contrast Uncut, Season 3, Episode 7. Man, big shout out to Snoops Army and Bobby D Presents. Won't be able to do this without y'all, so I appreciate you, brothers. Man, it's your host, DJ Juan Dollars, like I won some money, you know, aka Zylo. Ladies and gentlemen, I got one of them very, very special guests. You know what I'm talking about? Very multi-talented. I mean, it's DNA, gifted from the DNA. I mean, it's growing up R&B if you want. I mean, I'm talking about, I got someone that has just from My Bay remixed, how he changed up the scene, got from Foot Locker look, and you know, that 40 million streams look good. To, you know, he got new songs out right now that just blow your mind when you listen to them. I'm talking about, I got ElJay in the building. What's happening, brother?
What's going on, brother? Thank you for having me, man.
Man, it's an honor, man, and a pleasure. Shit, I can't complain. How about yourself?
Man, blessed, man, alive and healthy. So, like you said, I really can't complain.
There you go. There you go. So, man, what you been getting into? You know, while you been on the break?
Definitely, man. Honestly, just going back and forth with my agent on just upcoming projects with, you know, since we can't go to auditions, all the auditions are at home. So, you know, my daily routine is waking up every day, meditating, then getting into, you know, just working out the house. I'll send some auditions, and I go straight into the studio. So I've actually been in the studio for the past really like strong 4 months, working on my EP project called Playgrounds. And, we're actually going to be releasing that next month in June.
Yeah, like that's an exclusive.
Yeah, it's definitely next level. So what I wanted to do was like, you know, everybody hasn't really seen me put out a lot of music. It's just been like, you know, my bay, and my old project got held back from last year and stuff like that. So I got with my team and producers, and it was just like, man, let's just make something, you know, that's organic, that's me, and that, you know, like all ages and different nationalities can really rock to. That's just really my whole focus. This project was to create a vibe.
So is it an example of Waste No Time? Because I mean, Waste No Time is dope.
Yeah. You like that? You like
wow.
that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Smash on the track, man. T Language, Big Greg, Cody, everybody from our Manifest Music, man. It's dope, man. You know, that one is definitely, I would say, an eye opener for what's to come. That's the best way for me to put it. So when it does come, you guys don't be too surprised. But we're actually gonna be dropping the music video for that in a week. Shout out to my guy Money Chris and Conrad for shooting the music video, man. It's definitely a movie, man. It's definitely gonna be a movie. It's gonna be crazy.
Man, you know, it's crazy because, you know, the standard of videos are no longer just like, you know, it's just a video. It has to be that next level of a movie, right. of a just something that, you know, catches your attention every 15 seconds. And
exactly, because you know how us as humans and our attention span is very short. So it's true, we need something that's gonna keep our eyes locked in on it. So that's really what I've been focusing on, and just trying to create just good quality. And I like to make like all my songs and records and music videos to make it feel like cinematic, like a movie. So on that, you know, 3 to 5 minute time span, you guys are really definitely locked in. You know what I'm saying?
Man, shout out to my folks, Decades. He told me a long time ago, he was like, whenever you watch a movie, you watch a movie trailer. The movie trailer has to enhance you enough to go watch the movie. So whenever you watch a music video, you got to give a promo and a trailer that's on the same level that movie trailer so you can have results like the movie. And so, you know, that resonated. And, you know, as we're talking about it, it came in my mind right now, like, boom, that was that moment.
Exactly, man. You get it, man. That's really the key right there, man. And like I said, just really been behind the scenes, just working on my craft, my sound, And like I said, of course, for what's going on out there and what's on the radio and what's charting and stuff like now, but just really, like I said, for people to really see the next level in me and just see what I'm rocking with.
And you know, it's beautiful because and I use that word because when everything that's grassrooted and comes from the dirt and becomes something big and bloomish into something nice, that stuff is beautiful. We talking about whether it's a fruit, whether it's a flower, whether it's a building, you know, whether it's someone's career. And so,
Right.
and so I feel real honored that I'm catching you before the fire hits the wind and it spreads everywhere.
Right. Yeah, man. And like I said, thank you even for the opportunity and for hitting me up. I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, bro, it's all love. So man, I got this quote. I know I stalled a little bit on the quote, but it was so organic right now that I couldn't even hold myself. So,
right. Got you.
So I got this quote. Let me know how it relates to you. And if it doesn't relate to you, it's all good. I still want to know. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings. All right.
Got you.
If nobody will help you, do it alone. There's no I in team, but there is one in win. Michael Jordan.
Man, that is I like that quote. It definitely resonates with me. Honestly, it applies to me. I know I can't speak for everybody, but specifically to me, why it applies is, like I said, like when it comes to interviews or magazines, those is like really the only places, like as far as my background when it comes to my data, what's kind of talked about. But when it comes to like when I'm at my shows or tours or me just doing my thing, I let people grow with me from that sense of stuff. If you fall in love with ElJay, it's because you fall in love with ElJay and how he makes you feel. You know what I'm saying? So from that standpoint, I feel like, you know, no one has helped me to a certain extent. You know, there's been definitely jewels along the way on the journey that you kind of bring together, but just kind of overall when it comes to, like I said, you want to be an artist, you want to do this, prove it, you got to put the work in. I had to learn so many different things that, you know, my dad didn't help me with. You know, even the knowledge, or even on the artist side or the business side, it's like I really came into this jungle having to figure out things one way or another. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel what Michael is saying. Yeah, like, you know, people don't believe in you. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to make it happen.
You know, you brought up some very key points because a lot of people don't understand that being in a legacy, like going back to fraternity times and being online, I ain't gonna talk too much about it because I didn't cross over, but still, like being a legacy, that alone, you know, it doesn't come as people perceive it to be. It just means, you know, relationships are there and they can be mingled and you know, you can get somewhere, but it's up to you to do the rest. You got to finish that dunk. All it is an alley-oop. If you miss that dunk, the shot's over. The game's over. And, you know, that's so vital that you brought it up that way. And, you know, I didn't want to go into too much yet of you know, who your dad is and the influence he's done on the R&B culture and just, you know, the imprint. But also I wanted to make sure I focused on you and the imprint that you are leaving now, because you are carrying his legacy now.
Right.
And before we go on to who your dad is and everything like that, for the listeners that don't know, you know, I do want to ask this question. The listeners know it's coming. I'm talking about music. Did the game choose you or did you choose the game?
I chose the game when I was ready. I started as a kid in it, not from the music side. I was more on the acting and modeling as a kid. I still recorded, you know, with my dad in the studio as a young kid, but I didn't really say like, okay, I want to be an artist right now. You know, middle school, high school, I would act on the side in the summertime, but my main love was basketball in school. That was like my thing. And then I got injured in my first year in college, and you know, that's when, you know, trying to figure out things, and that's when I started gravitating towards the music because I was trying to get something to express what I was going through inside. When you really commit to something and things either get taken or, you know, just not understanding things, and little by little that brought that music into me to where, you know, I couldn't live without it. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it was really a part of me, and I felt like God was shifting and shaping and molding me, putting me through different things to say, this is what you're gonna be doing. You don't see it now, but it's coming.
Yes, sir. And during that's manifestation, that's prayer, that's
Right.
a whole lot more than just injury happening. Were you a one or a two?
I was a 2. Lefty.
Okay.
Shooting guard.
So you used to run the wing. You was ready to
Yeah,
get a move.
Yep, that was me. I lock you up on D. Didn't matter who you were, lock you up. Wouldn't get past the free throw line.
I feel it. Man, and then it's just crazy how the world works, how the universe works, how God molds things so that as much as you're trying to stretch and force this to happen for you,
Right.
The world was saying, nope, I got something else for you. I got this gift that you got that is there, but you haven't channeled it that well. You haven't got it out. You haven't pushed it to society so that they can appreciate the same way that he's appreciating the gift inside of you.
Right, exactly.
And as deep as I just went, bruh, it's just to put the whole thing is that, you got a right move, you got a left move, you keep going forward, you go backwards. And we can force the left move, but it's always going to be what's right is going to happen, or life just goes backwards.
Amen, man. That's real.
So as I said all of that, and we jogged through a whole bunch of emotions, what was the confirmation moment for you, bro? Like, what was the first time that they called you and, they wanted you for your work, and it was just, if you wanted to go acting, modeling, I mean, bro, you're so gifted. I didn't even want to put all those damn titles in there just because.
Right. Okay, I will say, well, I mean, I got my first little break. Damn, my first little break was actually on the Miley Cyrus show, the Hannah Montana. That was my first little role that I had. But I'll say, my first commercial that I got that got me viral, but the one that everybody like kind of knows me off or that see me on was the Ray Shrimmer Swang music video. I was one of the models, so I got picked up and I was doing a runway modeling show for Nike, and one of the people who were there that saw me was like, yo, you'll be a good look for this, you should submit. I submitted, they called me in twice, and then I got booked for it, and then from there, man, it just started leading to more bookings, and then I got booked for a pilot, and you know how this goes, man.
It's just the spiral effect. It goes downhill.
Yeah.
I know I talked about Jordan earlier in his quote because it resonates so much with what you've done, because if people, as we're going to get through the end of this show, people will definitely know the history of you and why it's so important that one person had created so much of a big W in your life. And I'm talking about you creating that W for your life, and
right.
And it's taking that chip on your shoulder and making a championship out of it.
Exactly.
So what were some of the highs and lows during that?
Damn, the highest and lows. I mean, the highest is when, like I said there, when I was getting booked left and right, and it led to one director to another. The lowest I would say is just all those times, even when I had a car, didn't have a car, had to bus it or train it and go to hundreds and hundreds of auditions and get into those places of not booking it. Because people don't understand, it's like there's hundreds and thousands of people going for the same exact audition you're going for. People just think that it's just some magical thing that kind of happens overnight. I've gotten a lot of no's before I got my first yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm still getting no's right now. But like I said, it's a numbers game. It's not gonna stop me.
A lot of people don't understand that principle of, I can go through 1,000 no's, but that one yes will ripple effect and turns that to my ratio looks way better.
Exactly.
You just got to stay persistent and consistent.
Yeah, and that's really honestly, and I would say after I got that commercial, that's when I got booked with to do a role with Carucci and what's his name, Romeo. Shout out to Josh Weber, the director, for Never Heard. But I was in a few scenes for that. Then he hit me and he saw my account on Instagram. He was all like, okay, what do you do? Or who are you with? I'm trying to add all this up. I said, what do you mean? He was like, I'm just saying. He was like, got somebody in your family? I was like, oh, my dad was back in the 90s or whatever like that. He was just all like, I know exactly who you're talking about. He was all like, send me your music. I sent it to him, and then he ended up picking one of my pop singles for the soundtrack for the movie, which was dope. It was called Special. So that was an experience, man. And then they invited me to the red carpet when they had the official one out here in LA. And, you know, being able to talk on the red carpet with Hollywood Unlocked, and being to really be able to mingle with these other actors that were on set, and you know, getting words of wisdom from Romeo and David Banner. Just very, very humbled individuals, you know?
Yes, sir, absolutely. And I can imagine you just weren't a fly on the wall. You were a sponge soaking game, just ready to digest and put it back out as soon as the opportunity came.
That was it, man. That was it. Just playing my part and just being grateful, man, and just soaking it all up. So I'm like, it's just the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So I just gotta stay ready and keep doing what I can do.
You know, I would say it's not fair to put you in a category or a genre because, you know, you do have a pop flair. And for those that don't know, pop stands for popular music. And you have that pop flair, but you also have that R&B feel that's so eclectic to the soul. And then you got all these other elements that go into the gumbo pot that you got whipping. And so, you know, what made you feel so comfortable in where your foundation is? And the second part of the question is I want to know more about growing up R&B and how that influenced you and your sound today.
Definitely. Shoot. I definitely, as far as R&B growing up in the house, it was either like always Boyz II Men, 112, Brian McKnight, and Michael Jackson. I think that was definitely the rotation, like nonstop in the house, no matter what time it was. And if it wasn't that, you know, only time I heard my dad's music was when he just wrapped up his album. He'll have times where he'll like be gone for like a week or two. He'll literally be in the studio the whole time and he'll have an album done, type of thing. And then I'll hear the new album in the house. You know, I'll get sick of it because, you know, you hear it 1,000 times, but the world hasn't heard it yet. So then they finally hear it, and then it, you know, kind of turns into something else. But definitely that, and Tevin Campbell too. He at a young age for me, like I said, definitely just with the soul, and then, you know, seeing my dad perform and Michael Jackson perform, that just really just kind of sealed it up for me, as a vocalist and as an entertainer. Really just trying to connect with the crowd and just entertain the crowd. That's just one thing I love doing, man. Just entertaining the crowd.
And you know, you brought up some goats of entertainment that you were surrounded by. I mean, we're talking about Grammy winners. We're talking about most sold out shows on a tour. We're talking about fastest sold out tours in the world. And these are your influences that not only like they in the house, they came by. They knew who you were. It was like, how's Lil Brett doing?
Exactly, man, exactly.
And you know, that value, and you know, the irony of all this, and I shouldn't say it's irony because it's all destiny, but you know, it's your music translates.
Right.
Because you're able to entertain on that level that you saw. You were able to not only implicate it into what you're doing, but you're able to put it back out the same way how you soaked the sponge in the rooms earlier.
Exactly, man, exactly. I'll never forget, it was I think it was like beginning of last year. I was at this Beverly Hills party. It was to basically celebrate Telly Riley's birthday, like celebration, just for everything he's done and stuff. So when he came into the room, and then my old manager introduced me to him, he's like, "Oh, this is you remember Rome?" And then he looked at him. It was just all like, "Yeah," it's like, "That's his son." And he was just all like, everybody just kind of stopped and shifted in the room. Was just all like, he's all like, "Nephew," he's like, "Come here, man." Then he took me upstairs with Major, and everybody in the room was switched up because, like, you know how, you know, people don't know you, they try, you know, act funny in the room and stuff like that. I don't trip off none of that. And then as soon as he saw me, everybody want to switch up real fast. I'm just like, oh, okay, I see how it is.
Now it's time to duck and dodge on the way back.
Yeah, that's all it was, man. Everybody want to be in your face then. It's just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, no, trust me, I understand. Shit, it's gonna keep on going like that from here on out. As the more, just your sound alone, the ripple effect, the waves.
Yeah.
I just can't bring that up enough because like I said, I feel like I was cheating with the stock, and I learned your stuff is gonna skyrocket here soon, and I found out. You feel me?
Man.
I was like, man,
we coming, man. They sleeping, but we coming. So when they wake up, it's gonna be too late.
yeah, but I ain't inside trading. You hear me? I ain't no Martha Stewart.
Right.
Big
Exactly.
shout out to Martha Stewart. She a gangster. She took that shit and went in and got out.
Changed the game for sure. You better recognize. No, but definitely I want to make sure when we get off, I'll send you this. I'll send you a private link, and I definitely want you to vibe out with Playgrounds. We got 7 tracks on there. Shout out to my guy SK, AOSK, Smash on the track, T Language, Natalie Cruz. For everybody that was definitely a part of this project. There's definitely 7 bangers, vibes, 1 through 7, man, guaranteed.
So, man, I'm gonna ask you one more question about music, then we're gonna go transition into some of my segments, and then we'll come back to the music. But, what is one goal that you want to accomplish for 2020 from your music?
Definitely from 2020 from my music, what I want to accomplish is getting a major sync placement for the song, for it to really just kind of be able to take, its own feet to another level that I just can't do. And honestly, I want to get a gold plaque.
So let me ask you this. When you say synced, are you referring to movie, film, TV? Or are you talking about playlists that's curated on Apple, Spotify? Like, when you say sync, how deep are you trying to deep into the sync? I mean, are we going down the plumbing? We tapping all the way in?
Right.
I mean, underground. How far are we going?
Yeah. Well, since you broke it down descriptive like that, honestly, it's both of those. So right now we have gotten picked up for over 100 playlists so far on Spotify, Apple Music. We're like on about 20 playlists right now. Amazon Music, they've been showing more love. Even Napster and Tidal has been putting me on their front page. So like now, I don't know, man. Something's happening. Something that hasn't happened before, man. So all I can say is, next 30, 60 days, see what happens.
Yes, sir. I mean, man, for the fans that are listening, you guys don't understand how humble and appreciative of this man is. Like, if you guys could just understand, you guys could see it. On his face, he's like, man, this is going on, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah, man. I don't. It's nothing but God, man, making all this happen. That's all I can say. And just on a daily, when I check my DM and constantly like new fans every day hitting me or hit me with a phrase from one of my songs, or send me a snippet of them showing them playing it on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever, stuff like that. So that just makes me want to push even harder. Like, okay, man, I'm gonna give you guys more content, more records, more placements. I got a pilot that's on the way. I will be hitting Netflix this year. It's just getting wrapped up right now, and I'm super excited. It's been in the works for the past 2 years, but now it's really actually about to be out to
Netflix
everybody.
is major
Platforms.
Like, if you could land anywhere, like how it goes, Netflix is definitely a big stream hustler. Like, if they
You
hit,
can't go wrong with that, man.
there's 500,000 streams. Like,
you can't. No matter if it's on the main page, the independent film category, it doesn't matter. Once you're on there, it's just up to your job and your team and your fans to change that thing and get it up the charts. That's all you got to do. You already got past half the battle. So I mean, once you're on the platform, put the work in.
That's it.
You just gotta go.
So, because I could keep on talking to you all day about film, TV, music. I know I gotta put a break to it because the fans, they gotta know, the rest of this show. And
Ah,
I
gotcha,
got an
gotcha.
awareness segment, and it's nothing greater than hearing from your perspective in the situation. And my awareness segment is police interaction, and I'm talking about the time the red and blue lights hit, that spotlight that they got from their hand reach hits the back of your neck and searches for the rest of the cars. And then following that, we have the blurp sound. And then once we're blurp, we getting pulled over. And so, I ask all my guests, favorite athletes, actors, producers, actresses, everybody this question is, when's the last time you're pulled over? And what's some advice you can give to somebody that don't have someone in their corner to help them out in a situation of when they get pulled over?
Wow, that's funny you said that. I've gotten pulled over by the police, like on some deep stuff, like 4 like major times in my life. But honestly, the last time was early last year. It was in North Hollywood. I was at a 24-hour fitness with a few of my celebrity friends, just hooping and stuff like that. It was like a Monday night. It's like the best night to go and hoop and stuff. So I was like, let me go get my little exercise in. And I was leaving, so with my car, like the Mercedes that I had, it was, all blacked out, all tinted out. So I don't drive crazy or anything like that. So right when I pulled out and when I was passing the orange line, I made a left. 2 cop cars pulled me over right away. Told me to take the car, turn the car off, throw the keys out the window. I did that. And then, one guy came up on each side, started asking me questions. It was just like, yeah, man, your car's all tinted. I said, yeah, man, my car's been tinted for years, man. Same car. I've never had a problem. Oh, where are you coming from right now? Literally just from the gym with my celeb friends, man. That's it, about to head home. You know what I'm saying? So, if everything checks out, we'll let you go and write you a ticket. I said, okay, cool. Went to check everything out. License, everything was good. You were right, man. Everything, panned out to what you were. I said, no problem. He's like, good luck with you in your career. I said, thank you. That specific time, it ended like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's, appearances, I would say it's just as far as advice for, artists or painters or wherever you are, just when you kind of have those encounters, just to really stay positive and respectable and just keeping your energy peaceful. I think that's the most important thing, because regardless of what type of day they might be having, or if you just did something really illegal or just something like that, regardless, don't give them the time of the day or to where you can just tell, like, oh, I'm not feeling you, because then that's when they can take it into their hands and just, make your life, live in hell. You know what I'm saying? So that's where, and it can be hard, man, sometimes, because sometimes I'm just not in the mood, or you feel like, man, what you're doing, what you're doing is wrong. But at the same time, like, this is our everyday life. Unfortunately, we hope that things will continue to change, but it's not going to change until we change ourselves and do something within those moments.
And that's so important. And a lot of people do like to use the word pride and put their pride away, but the reality is, we do have to keep a set of calmness, or a set of just injustice of whatever's going to happen. And a lot of like the OGs tell me that, if they want to keep being more, more additive, just end it and say, take me to jail. And if they do, because it's either point A, point B. If you drag anything out, they're gonna do something extra. So the best thing I've been told is, to a lot of the OGs, they say, man, the best thing you can do, take me to jail. Don't say nothing else. Comply, comply, comply. They want to do extra, ask extra. Now, take me to jail. They'll let you go instantly. OR or no paperwork, because they don't want to do the paperwork.
Nah. That's extra work for them and stuff that they just don't even want to deal with.
Real talk. So, bruh, as we just went real serious, and so, that's just the whole awareness segment. It's important that on this platform I have, that we share the light, on what happens in these situations, because I've been that youngster that don't know what to do when they get pulled over. And we all getting done, and we all getting yanked out, and that whole situation. And the next thing you talking about stuff you're not supposed to talk about, and boom, you're a juvenile in juvenile hall.
Right. Man, that's real, bro.
So, I try to influence that on my own history and embarking on, the show. And I've learned that it's needed. And two, it's a great platform for it to be there. But now we got to have fun. I got this thing called, yes, sir. I got this thing called Trading Places. And you ever seen the movie Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy, they wake up and life's change?
Yes, that was a classic.
So that's where I got the whole idea from. And for you, my friend, I got two iconic people. They're women. And number one is question, and number one is, will it work? Question number two is, what would life be like if these two women traded places? Here are your candidates. Meg Thee Stallion is going to trade places with Britney Spears. Question number one, will it work?
What do you mean?
Do you think that Meg Thee Stallion can cross over into Britney Spears' body during that time and make it work? And can Britney Spears cross over into Meg Thee Stallion body and make it work?
When we're talking about in their eras, right?
Yes.
I would say no for Meg Thee Stallion back in that time because I just don't know if they would have been ready for that. Not saying that she couldn't. It's just, I don't know. I guess Britney back then, you gotta understand, she was the America's sweetheart too. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like both of them in their era, they're their own beast. Like they can't be touched. I don't know if I answered your question.
So he was like, no, it's not gonna work because that can't be replicated the same way because they came up two different ways.
Absolutely.
But I mean, just for a sense of fun, what would be one thing different if they did traded places? Do you think that Britney Spears would have really had the whole hot girl summer the way that Meg Thee Stallion did? And do you think the world would have caught fire with a blonde hair, blue-eyed chick saying that? Or do you think going back in the day, do you think everybody would enjoy saying it's Megan baby instead of Britney?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna tell you this for both ways, just because of how both of them are artists and how hard they go, and they're both entertainers. I feel if it was in reverse for Britney, she still would have did her thing and still would have killed it, and twerk sessions and all types of stuff still would have been crazy on stage. Just like if it was in reverse for Megan Thee Stallion and just bringing her gritty to the game, I still feel they would have still had some type of impact because they're just characters, man. So it's just like
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna do something.
Okay, you survived trading places. Let's see if you're gonna survive this next one. It's called In-Post Q&A, and this is from a fan perspective. I got like questions on cards, but the company don't
get ready. Ready.
Oh yeah. This is the show. Uncle Snoop's Army ain't getting behind no bullshit.
Nah, you right about that, man. You right about that.
But back to the show. So I got pretty much the whole idea is impulse Q&A. Give me impulse answers, and you have the option to pass, but you got to answer at least 3 questions. And
okay.
So it's pulled random, and here we go. Question number 1. Serious question. Do you count your steps?
Sometimes, yeah, I do.
Now, do you trip out on days where you do like 10, 20,000 steps? And do you get upset when you go like 20 or 100, 200 steps a day? He's trying to control himself.
Here and there, once in a while.
He said, when I got time to analyze it, I do.
Yeah, it depends on what's going on, honestly.
All right, question number 2. What happened on your worst date?
My worst date? What happened on my worst date? I played the fifth.
He said, I pass. Question number 2. What's the funniest name you could think for a pet? And you gotta call it.
Gilbert.
Gilbert. Come here, Gilbert. Come here.
Gilbert.
Bring your ass over here. Get down. Get down.
That part.
Hey, so what pet would that be? Would that be like a monkey, a cat, a dog, a lizard, a snake?
Yeah, a little something more on the edge. Probably, or even a guinea pig.
Interesting.
I'm a little different, you know.
He said, you know, shit.
I hear Gilbert. I just hear something kind of just fat and chunky. I don't know why. He kind of lazy. He don't like doing too much.
He in the shade all day.
Mm-hmm.
Question number 3. What is the dumbest way you've been injured?
Oh man. Oh, definitely. In a game, in a basketball game, they pass the ball, and when I'll catch it, sometimes it'll kind of just hit the top of the tips.
Jam.
It could, you already know. And it's just unnecessary pain in the moment and really feel it later. When you're in the moment, you know, you're just in the game, not really thinking about it, but feel it later.
Yeah, when that shit be throbbing later, they be like, damn it, how come I didn't open my fingers wide enough? How come I didn't lift my palm up?
Exactly. Yeah. Thinking about why didn't I do that shit?
Man, look at you. You survived in post Q&A as well.
Man, getting through.
Hey. Now this is the part where I'm like, man, we talked a little bit about Playground. Let me know what else you excited for. You know, let's hear what's on your mind where you like, man, I can't wait for this to come.
Man, I mean, well, for one, when it comes to this whole this whole COVID and everything, man, just not only just things, I don't know if things will be back to normal, but just going to where people can operate again outside, man. And man, I just want to go back to performing, man. I miss performing. I had shows lined up, and especially out here in Los Angeles, like I love the shows out here because that's where it started, and I want to be able to go back to performing, man, for the crowds. That's a major thing for me. But as far as the rest of this year, we're gonna be doing the music videos for Playgrounds. I'm working on actually a new project. It's gonna be a basketball film that's actually in the works right now. So we're actually gonna start having script readings for that coming up soon. I mean, yeah, that's the idea right now, man. Pushing this project, dropping visuals, new projects on the way, man. And I've been actually getting a lot of collabs coming in lately from new artists that's been finding me on their Spotify and saying that they like my sound and they want to collab. So definitely gonna be knocking out my first Spanish song coming up. Shout out to Alexa. That's gonna be dope. Gonna be something real dope for both sides. And I'll be singing in English and in Spanish. So I'm just excited, man. Just different projects in the works. And the work don't stop for me, man. Regardless if it's put out right in front of them or not.
Man, because I'm not gonna lie to you, that was one of my questions to you was gonna be about, your name, El-Jay. Because I mean, does that mean you got some reggaeton hits that I don't know about, or what's the background on that? And then
right.
Pretty much gave me a summary like, no, I got a Spanish song coming.
Right. And the thing was where El-Jay came from. Basically, it's my Jerome Elliott Woods is my full name, so really it spells Jew technically. But my nickname growing up has always been El. You know what I'm saying? My mom, since I was a baby, mom was going to call me El, run around the house. So at school, in high school and all that, it was always J Rome or something like that. So then all you do is kind of just put it together, and it was just like entertainment me and the real me, and just shout out to moms though. She gets Friday. She's one that.
Man, big salute to Mom.
Yeah. Mom's made that. Shout out to Mom's.
Man. So this is how I do this. You know, the show's been pretty unique. Some of the same questions that you may hear in other places, but they're not done like me. This is different. It's unique. And I was like, how the hell do I, close out my show? My listeners know this coming. And, I asked my guests this question, and the whole idea is catch you off guard. So you got any questions for me?
Man, how long have you been doing this for?
To be very honest, like doing the interviews?
Yeah.
December 2019. I'm dead ass, bro. Dead ass. Yeah. But like in college,
you sound seasoned, bro. You sound seasoned, like you've been doing this. Like I've been on a lot of different interviews, bro. Even as a kid, so I can usually kind of pick it up. So yeah, you sound.
That's dope, bro.
That's what you do.
Bro, I've been carving my way into it. I've been in the music industry for like 12 years, bro, and trying to do other things, and the stuff didn't work, but I developed a lot of relationships, and those relationships have really helped me propel into me understanding my gifts and all the stories I would get, and riding on buses and public transportation and people telling me their life stories and me relating to so many different people. I didn't really understand that was a gift, communication and journalism, and eventually that whole light went off like, man, I want to be on the radio. And they told me no at the radio. I know someone that has a show at the radio, and they told me no. I know someone else at the other channel. They told me no. Okay, I want to be a part of this podcast because, I recognize what they're doing wrong. They told me no. So, you know what? I'm going to turn all these no's into my own yes for myself. And, the way how destiny works and how we talked about it for your career, it's been good to me. God's been good to me. And
it's been great, man. I can't complain. Like I said, us as humans, sometimes we do and don't appreciate the little things. But like I said, we get those wake up calls, and it's just like, okay, let me keep grinding. God take care of me, so let me not act out.
Yeah, let that sweat just be from hard work, not from stress.
Right, that part.
Yes, sir. Man, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me ask this one more time. You got any more questions for me?
Shoot, man. Not off top, but I definitely after this we gotta stay in contact. We gotta stay linked in for sure. That's about it. Yeah.
So, man, it's Contrast Uncut, Season 3, Episode 7. Man, I've had the pleasure of really rocking and getting some history, getting some growing up R&B, getting some popular music, some conversation that you ain't gonna get nowhere else other than here. Contrast Uncut. Big shout outs to Bobby D Presents and Uncle Snoop's Army. And I gotta give a huge shout out to ElJay for stopping through and lacing everybody on the show, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Crisscross, make them jump. Battle rapping for respect, my nigga. This ain't what you want. Can I kick it when I rhyme it?
Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Longevity. Everybody, relationship longevity will get you further than a check and $1 sign. Remember that.
The album turned me into this. She always had dreams of being money making bitch without jewelry on. Hit a jail pose, take a flick. Feel like pocket, keep your head up. Biggie shooting juice. Coach is still alive, just let me prove. King, nigga.
Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, I got your number though, right?
Yeah. That's me, man. And then, yeah, bro, let's, if you need anything from me, let me know. And then if you need, just let me know what you need. Beats, if you need shit. I do videos, I do all the shit, man. It's just whatever you need, man. Just kind of videos. Yes, sir. I direct videos. I do all the treatments. And we film them, edit them. I work for decades. Decades is 40 and 2 short artists.
We was lost boys, Mr. Cheeks, love. Feel like I'm the one. Bum, skibbity bum. Quest love on a drum. From the roots of Black Thought. Are you Bishop or you Q? On the roof for the juice. See how smooth. You got me reminiscing over you. I had the one.
Done.
Mom playing tricks on the ghetto boys, better days.
Bet, bro. I appreciate you, bro.
Mama said knock you out. Double L, Cool J. Time still ticking though. Big clock, Flavor Flav. That's a public enemy. They see me coming up. Every verse I'm going flip mode squad, bust a bus. Feel like pocket, keep your head up. Biggie shooting juicy. Coach is still alive, just let me prove. King, nigga. Everything that you do, baby, I salute you. Every dream that
Right there you go. Another episode of Contrast Uncut. Make sure if you enjoyed it, you leave a comment below. You hit some like buttons. You hit some subscribe. You go ahead and hit share if you want to. Say something nice or say something you don't want to say at all. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Comment below.
Did you tell him to subscribe?
Yeah, subscribe. I know I said it, but he's subscribe. You know, be a part of the family. Contrast Uncut. The best way to be a part of the family is in the know. Turn on your notifications and hit that subscribe. Thank you.